Hello and welcome to another edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. A high-ranking former police officer in Telangana has been accused of wiretapping the phone lines of opposition politicians during the previous government run by the BRS political party. Prabhakar Rao headed the state's intelligence bureau, and a notice has been issued to find the officer, who is reportedly in the United States. His home in Hyderabad has been searched, and several officers are under investigation. According to reports, the phone lines of Chief Minister Revanth Reddy himself were tapped when he was in the opposition. The others who were eavesdropped included members of the Congress party, the BJP, film stars and businessmen. Some of them were blackmailed and more than 1 lakh phone calls were intercepted. Reports said some arrests have been made and more than 30 officers were part of the spy ring. Wayanad, a parliamentary constituency in Kerala, will see a contest between heavyweights, the Congress party's Rahul Gandhi and the BJP. The seat is a stronghold of the Congress since 2009, which elected Gandhi as its MP in the last election. Surendran, the state leader of the BJP, faces the substantial challenge of cracking the Congress on one hand, and the communists, who are traditionally strong in the state's political scene. Tiruvananthapuram is also poised to see a clash of seasoned politicians. The Congress party's Shashi Tharoor, who is a 3-time MP and federal minister, Rajiv Chandrasekhar of the BJP. Voters in Kerala will elect 20 members to parliament in polls scheduled for April 26. Former Karnataka Minister Janardana Reddy has returned to the BJP after dissolving his KRPP party. Reddy is a state lawmaker and a mining baron who quit the BJP when he formed his party in 2022, ending 20 years of political ties. Reports said Reddy, his wife and several family members reunited with the BJP, presided over by senior leader B.S. Yediyurappa. Reddy's switch to the BJP was dramatic after offering support to the rival Congress party in February during polls to elect members to the parliament's upper house. According to reports, Reddy had been off the political radar for more than a decade since he was arrested by federal agents in a mining investigation, ever since he had distanced himself from the BJP. Authorities in Bengaluru have fined 22 families for squandering potable water in gardening and car washes. Due to a critical shortage in the state, any home that violates the order to save water shall face a fine of 5,000 rupees. Reports said water authorities collected 1.1 lakh rupees in fines across the city, with a major portion of it from residents in the south of the city. The water board had advised residents to use drinking water with greater care to overcome the summer scarcity. The city, which is home to dozens of software companies, is facing a shortage of 500 million liters of water per day and needs 2,600 liters to meet normal demands. According to the state, 650 million liters comes from bore wells and the rest from river Kaveri. The festival of Holi, which symbolizes the triumph of good over evil, was celebrated with zeal across India. In Kolkata, devotees engaged in pujas and rituals, while the city of Rajkot hosted a fair. The streets of Ayodhya were filled with people smearing colors on each other. People in Bhubaneswar embraced the festival's spirit joyously by splashing colors. Bonfires marked the arrival of the event, also referred to as the Festival of Colors, which is a jubilant occasion in India and among the diaspora community around the world. It's a time when communities come together, sharing traditional sweets and strengthening bonds of unity and friendship. The festival not only paints the country in a mosaic of hues, but also embodies the essence of camaraderie and the collective joy of the people. Former Maldives President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih has urged his successor, President Mohamed Muizzu, to seek dialogue with neighboring countries to overcome financial challenges. This comes after Muizzu, seen as pro-China, asked India for debt relief. Solih highlighted that the Maldives owes 18 billion in local currency to China and 8 billion to India, with a repayment period of 25 years. Solih also accused the government of deceiving the public and relaunching projects initiated by the Maldivian Democratic Party. Relations between the Maldives and India have deteriorated under Muizzu, who demanded the withdrawal of Indian military personnel from the island. He recently made conciliatory comments ahead of the upcoming parliamentary elections, but he has not yet visited India since becoming president. A court in Russia has charged 4 men with launching an attack on a concert hall in Moscow on Friday. The Islamic State group, also known as IS, claimed responsibility for the horrific incident at Crocus City Hall and provided video proof. Federal Security Service FSB said the suspects were apprehended in the Bryansk region, roughly 400 km southwest of Moscow, approximately 14 hours after the attack. A Russian news agency said the accused have been identified as Tajikistan nationals. 6,000 people were at the rock concert in a suburb located in the northern part of Moscow when gunmen opened fire, killing more than 130 people and set fires, which brought down the roof of the hall. Simon Harris is set to become the youngest Prime Minister in Ireland's history after being named party leader on Sunday. With elections on the horizon, he is banking on his social media skills and youthful energy to rejuvenate his party's dwindling prospects. The media has already given him the moniker TikTok Taoiseach, the Irish term for Prime Minister. Harris, who is 37, seized the opportunity to vie for the leadership of the Fine Gael party to become the Prime Minister by default after the shock resignation of his predecessor Leo Varadkar last week. Varadkar's decision to step down was driven by an unfavorable referendum outcome related to the modernization of family definitions and the roles of women, among other reasons. It is expected that the UK government will attribute cyber attacks on the nation's election regulatory body to China. These attacks, which allegedly resulted in the exposure of personal information of millions of voters, occurred in 2021 but were only disclosed last year. A number of MPs who have expressed criticism of Beijing are believed to have been the targets of similar cyber attacks. Deputy Prime Minister Oliver Dowden is scheduled to discuss Monday. The UK government concern regarding espionage by China in its parliament has been. It is eager to emphasize that it has previously declined or Chinese infrastructure investments over the past few years due to national security concerns. Reports said other Western countries are expected to voice similar fears. The European Union has opened investigations against some of the largest tech companies globally. Alphabet, the parent company of Google, Apple, and Meta, are being investigated for possible violations of the Digital Markets Act. The companies may be hit with hefty fines equal to 10% of their yearly revenue if it is determined that they violated the regulations. The investigations were announced on Monday by the head of EU Antitrust Department, and the bloc announced that it will look into 5 potential non-compliance incidents. It comes 3 weeks after Apple was fined €1.8 billion by the EU for violating competition regulations over music streaming. Last week, in a historic lawsuit, the US accused Apple of controlling the smartphone market. Saudi Arabia is set to build the world's first Dragon Ball theme park, featuring a 70-meter dragon and 30 rides, in a partnership between Qiddiya Investment Company and Toei Animation. The park, part of a diversification strategy away from oil, will include a Shenron roller coaster and spans over 500,000 square meters near Riyadh. The announcement has drawn mixed reactions due to Saudi's human rights record, especially following the recent death of Dragon Ball's creator, Akira Toriyama. Fans have paid tribute to Toriyama, who passed away on March 1st, leaving behind the legacy of the globally influential Dragon Ball series, which started in 1984 and follows Son Goku's quest for magical Dragon Balls. A long-standing tradition was brought back to life in a race between waiters and waitresses from well-known cafes, in which they had to carry trays of pastries and coffee. The event in Paris, the capital of France, only allowed participants to walk quickly, as the judges at the finish line measure how much liquid was spilled during the competition. Started in 1914, the event had been suspended since 2011 because of a lack of sponsors, but it has been brought back in time for the Summer Olympics in Paris this year. The games begin in July and conclude in August, and the traditional relay torch will be lit in Greece next month. The European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, has greenlit an experiment to detect elusive ghost particles, potentially constituting a significant part of the universe. These particles are believed to be phantom counterparts of the 17 particles in the Standard Model. The new instrument, Search for Hidden Particles or SHIP, will enhance detection chances by increasing collision rates, smashing particles into a material block. The innovative approach marks a new era in particle physics, with the potential to solve major problems and discover previously unseen particles. SHIP, scheduled to start in 2030, will operate within existing CERN facilities and seek ghost particles alongside the Large Hadron Collider. Additionally, the Future Circular Collider, a larger and more powerful machine, is planned for the mid-2040s. Thank you for watching. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Do tune in, same time tomorrow, for a roundup of the latest news and updates in India and around the world.